Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Q1 FY23 earnings conference call of SMS Pharmaceuticals Limited. This conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company, which are based on the beliefs, opinions, and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance and involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vamsi Krishna Potluri, Executive Director at SMS Pharmaceuticals Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the earnings conference call to discuss the financial performance for the quarter ended June 30th, 2022. I hope everyone must have got an opportunity to go through our financial results and the investor presentation, which has been uploaded on the stock exchange as well as our company website. The company's financial performance witnessed an improvement on a sequential basis with a turnaround at the EBITDA level. The performance for the quarter was impacted due to low offtake of antiretroviral products. However, the non-antiretroviral products continue to witness a healthy demand. The company is witnessing strong traction for the recently commercialized ibuprofen product. The company has also received the CEP approval for ibuprofen recently. With this approval, the company can start selling ibuprofen in the European market. The company is also exploring multiple avenues such as new customer addition and geographical expansion to further boost the ibuprofen sales. Apart from ibuprofen, the company is also planning to grow recently expired patent of an anti-diabetic product. The company remains confident of overcoming the short-term challenges. The company will continue to invest in R&D and new product launches, along with new customer addition and geographical expansion to grow the revenue and profitability going forward. As a strategy, the company will also launch some tactical products as per need and market demand, which will further deepen the customer engagement and will provide the operating leverage for the company. We can now begin the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Participants present on the audio bridge who wish to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone phone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Atul Kothari from Concall Securities. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. Sir, I just have a couple of questions. Sir, first of all, can you help us with the products which are under pipeline with Chemo Iberica JV?
Yes, sure. So the products that are already on the pipeline are almost developed. I mean, the first set of products, we've got a hold of 8 products that are part of the JV. And apart from 1 or 2 products, I think all the products have been validated and we are waiting for patent expiry for commercialization. So, I mean, it's got a mix of new products as well as some of the patent pending products. So, as and when the patent expiry is done, we will be launching these products commercially. So, like for example, Renolodine is one major product. Patent has expired a couple of years back. We are very much commercial into that product, and we are selling ton slots of that product. Like Sitagliptin is one more product that just patent expired, I think July 6th, or I think July 7th, this is the day. That's the patent has expired. Again, now we are selling good traction. I think we got a good traction on the volume. So same is the case with Vildagliptin. But there are some products where, the patent is yet to expire, like some of the Flozins, like Empagliflozin, Dapagliflozin. So once these patents expire, we'll be commercially launching.
Okay, sir. So that's helpful. And sir, how much revenue that we are generating as of now with this JV?
Yeah. The revenue is contribution of the JV in the current financial year is about 11%.
11%. Okay, sir. And sir, lastly, sir, how many ANDAs VKT has as of now, and how many can we expect by the end of FY26?
So as of now, currently we have 6 ANDAs.
Yeah, 6 A.
And by FY22, we will not get any approval, but we will be filing 2 more ANDAs. It will be in the filing stage with the review with the agency.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thanks very much, sir. That's all from my end.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of P.D. Gupta from Investors Forum. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Hello.
Am I audible? Okay. Good morning, sir. Sir, actually, I want to know about this. Recently, there was a statement by GSK in US that FDA and EMA found no evidence of a causal association between ranitidine and cancer. So whatever this case was going on in US, can you give me some update on that? So far, our company is concerned?
Yeah, so as of now, we've tested our product against the NDMA content, sitagliptin, that GSK has recently issued a statement, and our product is very good. There is no NDMA content issue with the product that we are currently launching in the market.
Okay. Actually, our associate company, VKT, I think so. VKT was also in the line from this NDA on this, our ranitidine in US FDA. Is any update on that?
So as of now, there is no update. As you rightly know, that agency has put all the ANDAs on hold as of now. So still VKT is discussing with the agency on that. So as of now, there is no update. It's at a standstill right now. This I'm talking about the ANDA for VKT, for ranitidine that you asked.
Correct. Yeah. And whatever approval recently our VKT got by NDA from US, when we will be able to introduce those products in the market?
So we've recently got approval in the month of March. So we've already commercially launched last month actually. We've started commercial launches happening from May and June. So the revenues will first initial launch quantities of all the products that we've received approvals have been going out. So in month of May and June. So now I think going forward, once the initial quantities are picked up, then we will probably be getting the follow-up orders.
Okay. It means already we have started
We just started commercial launches, yes. So we tied up with partners in the front end and we've just started commercial launches at VKT.
Oh, that may be the reason that our revenue of VKT in June quarter is 9.86 crore and losses is 7.02 crore. That may be the reason initial expenses you might have booked the vendor.
That is right.
Am I right?
That's right.
Correct. Achha, sir, one thing, this regarding our introduction of ibuprofen, and we got approval also, and the product is also in demand nationally and internationally, more I mean to say. Then it will contribute to what extent in our current financial year 22-23?
So this thing will be more than 22-23 as we initially mentioned, right? So at the launch, so the actual commercial, like a full-fledged commercial will be happening by end of this year, right? For Q4 of this year, I think we will be able to, commercially launch the product in a big way because approvals take time because customers, we have got approval for the API, but customer needs to file our API, do a source change in their current ANDA. So that process will be pending with the agency for 6 months. It's called a PAS, post-approval submission. So once the agency does that post-approval submission, then the commercials will start. So that is a time-taking factor. So I think right from day one, we were mentioning by end of this year, I think we start seeing the actual commercial sales. But right now, commercially, we are already selling decent volumes in the domestic market. And now with this CP approval, now a lot of our European customers are also qualifying us for ibuprofen. Again, the qualification after us will take time for them to get an approval, and post that approval, there will be commercial launches. But be rest assured, this is our flagship product that we are focusing very, very aggressively on, and it will definitely yield good revenues going forward.
Correct. I got it. Achha, can you give any projection for 23-24? Next year?
23-24, estimates would be roughly around, contribution would be around, I think 40% on the top line. 40%, 35 to 40% on the top line from ibuprofen.
Okay, 40 to 50% the top line of our SMS Pharma.
35 to 40% on the top line.
35 to, okay, 35 to 40%.
Yeah.
Correct. That is a good amount in that. Actually, I am hoping as investor, a long-term investor, and we are hoping that due to this is a temporary period in the company is working, etc. But it will come up in if not in this quarter, in the coming quarters, I think so it can make up. Is not it?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Reminder to all the participants to press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Priyanka Shah from KP Advisors. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, how much is our R&D expense as percentage of revenue for FY22, and how much are we planning for FY23?
Yeah, FY22 about 4%, ma'am.
Okay.
And FY23 is more or less maybe in growth of about 20% of the previous year's expenditure.
Okay. And sir, how many new products have we launched in FY22 for non-ARV products, and how many are we expecting to launch in FY23?
So launch in the sense, we validated the process. Launch in the sense, are you talking about commercial launch or are you talking about validations being completed? Because based on patents, we don't commercially launch all the products that we validate.
The commercial?
Commercial, 3 products actually.
Okay, sir. And what is the strategy to increase non-ARV product contribution?
Yeah, so now our strategy is we are now probably going to leverage our R&D expertise because our major focus on R&D till now was working on most cost-effective products, right? So when we are going into the product, we rework on the product processes to make sure the product is, we are targeting products like ibuprofen, some old products like famotidine and, sildenafil, tadalafil. Some of these old products where our strength probably lies in reworking on the processes and trying to optimize the process. But now we want to focus on more of the new product segment line that we recently added a few more products, and based on that line, I think we will be going in that direction, adding more products. I think next year at least we are planning to add at least 8 to 10 products to our portfolio.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Ankush Mahajan from Axis Securities. Please go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, can you tell us, sir, what are the name of the top 5 products and how much is the revenue they are contributing? And especially for the ibuprofen, how much is the revenue it is contributing?
So you are talking about this quarter or?
Yearly, sir.
Yearly, okay. Yearly antiretrovirals typically contribute to our biggest around 35% revenue.
Mm-hmm. No, sir, in terms of the product, if I say like ibuprofen and
antiretrovirals, we have only one product actually, tenofovir. So that contributes to 35% of our revenue.
Okay. So what is the name of that? Cano?
I'm sorry?
What is the name of the product in
tenofovir disproxil fumarate.
Next is antimigrant.
And
sir, what about this ibuprofen?
So ibuprofen, as we were just discussing, we have just launched this product. Right now the contribution is less than 10%, but definitely I think going forward we are targeting for a growth of 30%, 35% to 40%.
And what is another product, sir, that is contributing to the revenue?
Anti-migraine segment is a big contributor for our revenue right now. So it contributes roughly around 30%. So in anti-migraine, sumatriptan, rizatriptan, and elatriptan. These three are critical products for us.
Sir, can you repeat the name of these products?
Sumatriptan,
Okay.
rizatriptan, and elatriptan.
Yes, sir. And sir, in JV, what are the name of the products that we are launching?
So it is renolozine, sitagliptin, all the gliptin family, like sitagliptin, vildagliptin, linagliptin, and all the flozin, Cana, Empa, Dapagliflozin.
Okay.
And couple of other products here, like Paramperil and Mirabegron.
Agree. So sitagliptin and all these products we already have developed. Can we say these all?
Yes, all these are developed, validated, and sitagliptin we've already commercially launched it since last 1 month. We've already commercially launched that product. Renolozine is already commercially launched since 1 year. Vildagliptin is also commercially launched just last month.
I agree.
In Paramperil in domestic market also has been commercially launched.
And so if we see, what could I say, the price of ibuprofen is falling. Most of the APIs, like let's take the example of ibuprofen. Earlier the prices were $18, $18 per kilo. Now it's $12 per kilo. So your sense on it, sir?
So to be honest with you, it's actually less than $10 per kilo at this point of time. But again, we are geared up and we are ready to handle. So that's the biggest strength of the company, is that we are ready to handle price pressure on some of these commodity products. And when we developed the product, we were very sure that the product is going to be below $10 range. So we developed the product in a process, and our engineering has been done in such a way that we will be competing in the market. So as of now, there is, obviously there is price pressure, obviously higher price. All of us are happy, but still we are, with the current price also, we will be able to compete in the market.
Okay. So sir, if I say I'm looking at the products in JV, they are niche products. So what kind of revenue contribution that we could look from the current revenue, sir?
Again, as our CFO was mentioning, right, so around 15% on the top line. Or actually coming year, maybe even more actually. Maybe 20 to 25% could be there.
From JV?
From JV, because of launch of sitagliptin.
Agree. So in JV, we have a 45 or 50% of a stake? 45.
We have 45%, yes.
So that 45% revenue could increase 25%. So, and sir, outlook on this gross margins. Gross margins, industry is not showing improvement in gross margins. So your outlook on it?
So see, the thing is, the typical industry is actually going through that phase where, the movement of products post-COVID is not too high, right? So the industry is sitting on stocks. So if you see the stock inventory level of almost all the major companies, you see the inventory level, even including our company, has grown decently. The reason is because the movement of product in the market is less. So in order to compensate the movement, I think, people are going down on the price, and, they are sacrificing the margins in order to move the product that is sitting in the inventory. So this is a temporary thing, is what we expect. Definitely, I think the industry will bounce back in the next couple of quarters going forward.
But sir, if we see all these formulation companies like Dr. Reddy, CPI, so they are getting the price erosion maybe in the range of 10 to 15%. So our end industry, where we are supplying our product, it's facing price erosion. So it is impacting our API industry also. So this trend, sir, outlook on this trend, sir?
So see, definitely every year, definitely there will be a price pressure for us for all the old products where there definitely, I don't think it will be around 10-15%, but typically our thing will be 5 to 8% of price erosion will happen for all our old products. So, I mean, that's the general trend in the industry for been happening since some time. So definitely, I think the price pressure automatically is there in the industry.
So that is impacting the realization of the realizations of the API industry?
It depends on the product mix, right? So there are some new products. If the product launches, new patent products are there, obviously you get a better pricing there. Some of the old products, obviously that that discounting or depreciation automatically happens for some old products where more players come into the picture, and once the patent has expired, more players, more competition, supply demand sort of an issue comes up.
Yes, sir. Yeah, most of the questions have been answered, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ritesh Oswal from Opal Industries. Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My question is on the inventory side. Why we are building large inventory? Why we are keeping large inventory, 275 crore approximately?
Yeah. So, see, just to answer your question, I think one of the major increase of inventory from last quarter to this quarter is because of the launch of sitagliptin.
Previous year, the quarter inventory is one.
Okay.
Previous year. The last year, financial year.
Are you asking for the last financial year or this quarter?
For both last Q4 FY22 as well as Q1 FY23. If you last year's closing inventory is 250 odd crore, correct?
So I will tell you the reason for that. So the reason for that, one of our major products was going off patent. Okay, so we had to bring in raw material and we had to put it at different phases. One, because for a quick launch post the patent expiry, for us to manufacture the API and send the API out. So that's the reason the last quarter the inventory has significantly increased. Also, along with some of the commodity products like ibuprofen and triptans, where we had some orders that we had to put in the inventory. And also, as you know, the company has also invested on some of the COVID-related drugs like molnupiravir and HCQ. So at that point of time, the significant inventory was built up anticipating a very big launch of those products. Where the company has received license from Merck and Pfizer for manufacturing of both molnupiravir and Paxlovid. So that was the reason for the inventory level increase.
Can we use Molu raw material to other ARV if Molu not take off?
Right now, no. We are not doing that at this point of time. But definitely, I think if there is an opportunity where the same raw material is used in any of our other products, not only ARVs, any other products, I think we will definitely liquidate our inventory as soon as possible.
One more question. Can you break up of raw material? How much finished good inventory? Q1 FY22, FY23?
Sorry, could you repeat your question?
Out of 275 crore, how much amount of finished goods?
What is the WIP?
Yeah, WIP and FC is 150 crores.
Both, right. So WIP and finished goods put together is 150 crores.
And 125 crore other key raw materials, correct?
Yes, other KSMs, yes.
So 125 crore sufficient for next 2 months. So we are not purchasing major raw material in this current quarter.
Correct. That's right.
Okay. So Q3 numbers will be great. I think good.
Good. Yes. That's the hope. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, and congratulations and best of luck. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Meenal from CJ Shah and Company. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Sir, as you mentioned that ibuprofen price has already gone to $10. So what is the future expectations on the pricing?
So, see, the prices, what we feel, have already bottomed out at this point in time. Because, this is actually, to be honest with you, it's nothing new. As you know, there was a significant shortage of ibuprofen back in 2017-18 time. So the prices have actually gone back to where they were pre-2017-18 time. So It's not that, they've bottomed out as a new thing. So we were prepared for these prices to come back to this level at the time of, developing the product and the process itself. So, we were anticipating this sort of a price range on this. And they seem to have bottomed out actually. So probably it will not go down any further.
Okay. Also, sir, your ARV API is used in which ARV medication exactly, and what is the demand seen in the near future?
So the ARV is our contract manufacturing that we do with a few big companies, and this is used as a triple combination and a single combination and a dual combination. So it's used in multiple finished dosage forms. That obviously our customer, as per our customer's requirement. This is mostly used for HIV drugs, and definitely I think most of these products are sold through tenders across different markets. So based on the tender timing and based on the tender, the funds allocated for these tenders, and the bidder of the tender, the customer who wins the tender, based on that, I think we will be getting orders accordingly.
Okay, so thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nishita Shah from Raga Securities. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Thank you for taking my question. Sir, I had a couple of questions. Firstly, sir, I wanted to understand that our depreciation has remained almost the same on the year-on-year basis, despite a big capex in FY23. So, can you explain a bit about that? The reason for that?
No, madam, the depreciation is, you mean to say they remain same for the last quarter, correct?
No, sir, on year-on-year basis.
Year-on-year basis, the depreciation as per the Companies Act, we are providing the depreciation. And also we already commercialized it, we already capitalized it in FY22 financial year. FY23 is a very nominal capitalization.
Okay. Sir, my next question is, can we expect to turn EBITDA positive by end of Q2 FY23 and PAT positive by end of FY23?
Yes, definitely. I think
we hope.
So that's a target that we have set for the company, and definitely I'm very positive that we will turn around this corner, and that's the positive hope that we are currently carrying.
Okay, sir. Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, a reminder to all the participants to press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Viraj Parekh from JMP Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, sure, sir. So, sir, just as a follow-up on the ARV market and your ARV product tenofovir, which you explained, so just wanted to check with you, how has the pricing scenario been pertaining to this API in the current quarter, the Q1 gone by, versus the previous quarter, Q4 of FY22? If you could elaborate, sir.
So to be honest with you, it's not gone down. It's not depreciated too much. Actually, it's either probably 5% here and there, but I think not more than that. Actually, the pricing is not depreciated too much. Yeah. And more importantly, our modus of operandi on that particular product is we're a CMO, contract manufacturer. So we typically get contract manufacturing charges. So price of the raw material is immaterial because our customers actually provide the raw material for us in these cases.
Sure, sir. Correct. So, on the demand side, coming to the demand side, what has been your sense on the demand pertaining to this particular ARV API, which is tenofovir. If you could elaborate, sir. Again, maybe a last 6 months view, because I assume there was some inventory destocking that had started taking place Q3 of FY22. So, how could we make some sense of that across last 6 to 8 months?
So last 6 to 8 months, as we mentioned in the last conference call, so I think there was a delay in the tenders that were opened by the different governments, because I think most of the focus for the tenders were on the COVID-related injections and vaccines and COVID-related medication, and there was a significant delay on the tenders that were because of the funds that were being awarded to the companies. So recently, a couple of tenders have opened up, and slowly I think it's coming back. But it's at this point of time, it is very difficult for us, because until we know who won the tender, right? So it's very difficult to predict the nature of this business. So hence, that's the reason the company is also trying to, with adding more products like ibuprofen and adding more internal products. We want to sort of decentralize our revenue, and we want to go in a different direction with respect to because see, ARVs contribute, that particular product contribution is around 42% in the last Q1 FY22 actually. So I'm sorry, Q1 FY22, that was around 42% was the contribution of that particular product. So we want to more defocus in the sense, add more products and reduce the impact of that particular product in our portfolio.
Correct. Sure, sir. And so what would be the contribution in Q1 FY23, the current quarter, for tenofovir?
Q1 hardly 2% actually. So that is a major reason for our, this thing. It is hardly 2%. So.
Correct. Sure. Thank you so much, sir, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. A reminder to all the participants to press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Rupesh Tatia from IntelSense Capital. Please go ahead. Mr. Rupesh, I have unmuted your line. Please proceed with your question. As there is no response from the current participant, we move on to the next question, which is from the line of Amit Shah from PC Capital. Please go ahead. Mr. Shah, I have unmuted your line. Please proceed.
So, sir, I had one question. Sir, can you, sir, what is the impact of CEP approval on ibuprofen growth going forward?
So definitely, it's a very, very good opportunity that now our CEP is approved, and with CEP approval, we can comfortably sell the product in Europe markets. And a lot of customers across the world also request for a CEP approval before they start qualifying us. So since we've received the CEP approval, now we are aggressively marketing this product in Europe and other ROW countries to make sure that we have a good offtake on this. So the approval just came in, I think, a few weeks back, actually in July, last week of July. So we've started reaching out to different customers who were very interested in qualifying us, and definitely the process will take its due course, but we are heavily focusing on this particular product to make sure that we get a good market share from this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 now. There is a follow-up question from the line of Ritesh Oswal from Opal Industries. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. What is our sitagliptin capacity, and is it a dedicated block?
For which one? Could you repeat it?
Sitagliptin capacity.
Yeah, so sitagliptin capacity, we have a good capacity. I think per month we have around 10 to 15 metric tons can be manufactured at this current phase. And our team is continuously working on the process and to look at optimization. And it's not a dedicated block as such because it's in the same block where we do multiple other products. But based on opportunity, definitely a lot of priority is being given to sitagliptin with the current launch that is happening.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You may press star and one to ask a question on your touch-tone phone now. The next question is from the line of Rupesh Tatia from IntelSense Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me this time?
Yes, please. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So, sir, what was ibuprofen capacity utilization in Q1? I joined call late, so some of the questions might be repetitive.
22%. So yeah, no problem. So I think right now around Q1 it was around 22% utilization approximately.
And we were expecting to exit Q4 at 70 to 80% run rate. We still hold that guidance?
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question again?
I think we were expecting that in Q4 we will have capacity utilization of 70 to 80% by Q4 of this year. So we still hold that guidance, right?
We're still on track for that, yes.
Okay. And in case of sitagliptin, sir, the launch I think is near. So we have supplied some quantity to our partner?
Yes, already. Launch has already happened. So in India, patent has expired. In Europe, I think there is still patent. So I'm not sure if the finished product is out in the market, but in India, the patent has expired. So we've started the supplies of sitagliptin to our partner.
And how large would be India market, sir, for sitagliptin?
So India market is also very big. So we are working on different process on the Indian market on sitagliptin, on a different route of synthesis to be able to, cost competitive in the market. It's a significant market in India. It's my assumption. I mean, it's early days because it's early launch, right? So my assumption is it's close to around 150 tons, if not more, in the domestic market alone.
Okay. And we have now some sort of clarity on kind of price erosion we will see in this molecule?
Yes. The advantage for us that we currently have is I think we are one of the first companies to commercialize this product on a big volume scale. So that strength we do have, and definitely I think based on our new process and this thing, we are very confident of trying to get a good market share in the domestic market as well.
So I think in last call we were not sure about price erosion, but you said maybe roughly 100 crore kind of potential for us was possible. So has that number gone up now to let's say 150 crore?
100 crores in terms of sales, is it what you're talking about?
Yeah. I think you had said that the market size is 500 crore, and we will at least try to look at 20% market share. That was our.
That number is definitely there. So that number will remain intact, and I think it could even grow a little higher. So yeah, so that's there.
And we'll see 70-80 crore kind of number in financial year 23.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's the hope. So yeah.
Okay. And I also kind of missed what happened in ARV because the sales is very low. But then in FY23, what kind of sales we expect on an annual basis in tenofovir and other ARV products?
It depends on unfortunately we are the CMO partner, right? So until we get the tenders out and we know who won the tender and based on that also, based on how much they are getting it contract manufactured with us, it's very difficult to predict that at this point of time. But we're trying our level best to push our partners to see what best we can do and give us some forecasting and projections for the coming year. So we'll probably have some clarity maybe by next quarter actually.
So at ARV industry level, are Chinese players coming back into the tender, and is that kind of what is happening?
No. I think it is mostly dominated. This market is mostly dominated by Indian players and mostly Hyderabadi companies and obviously some Mumbai-based companies as well.
Okay. I see. So Chinese players are not making a comeback, right?
Yeah, not too much. I think there is just one major Chinese player that's there, but I think the major domination happens from India.
Okay. And I think in Q4 call, you were also, thinking about, I mean, you have some new products that you are looking to launch. So are you ready to, talk about them in this quarter, or we have to wait a little more?
So that is about sitagliptin. That is the new product that we launched.
Other than sitagliptin also, I think sitagliptin, was clear last quarter also, but you were saying because to, diversify further, you were maybe looking at 2-3 more products, and you said that you will talk about it.
Right. So those products are in our R&D. So we are working on cost-effective processes for those products. So once they are done, I think they automatically come into our product list, and we push the sales from there.
So we'll hear about them in, let's say, H2.
Yeah. I mean, they are, nothing, no major significant product, but they're regular products. I mean, they're not something out of the blue, but some products where we really thought maybe we could really add value because of the number of players in the market, or, because of the cost. Maybe if we think that these are some molecules which we could get into it based on our strengths on manufacturing. So definitely, I think those will be reflecting in our product list, and we will take those on.
Okay. Thank you for answering my questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone who wish to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone phone now. The next question is from the line of Anup Shah from Srinath Securities. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. So can you explain the current demand for ARV and what all are the reasons getting offtake in the ARV product for the last 3
Mr. Shah, we are not able to hear you properly. Can you please use your handset to ask a question?
Hello.
Please proceed.
Hi. Yeah.
Mr. Shah, please go ahead with your question.
Hello.
Mr. Shah, we can hear you. Please proceed with your question. As the current participant couldn't talk, and there are no further participants. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vamsi Krishna Potluri for closing comments.
Thank you everyone for joining this call. Please reach out to our IR consultant, Strategic Growth Advisors, or us directly should you have any further queries, and we can close the call now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. On behalf of SMS Pharmaceuticals, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.